Good morning, community. Welcome back to our Wednesday live. I'm happy to be here with you. I hope you had a beautiful month of August and that you treated yourselves beautifully and that you rested in your bodies and that your bodies gave you the answers that you were praying for. And the space I want to come into right now is actually be gentle with yourself. We are going through a lot of vortex energy on the planet right now. I'm in Canada. Today is the first day where they are applying the vaccinated passport, and this live is absolutely not to speak about this passport, but more to speak into our inner freedom and how to access inner freedom in times of crisis, in times where not a lot of things make so much sense, in times where we actually don't know where the truth is, where there are so many debates around and different opinions in families and communities, in our close circles. And I mean here at least I promote neutrality. So everybody has an opinion, and that's not the point. The point is that in neutrality we find peace. In neutrality we find a lot of freedom. We find a space where there's we find more spaciousness. And in that spaciousness, this is where I would dare to say that the divine resides. There's a lot of present moment. There's not so much future. There's not so much past. And when we bathe in that energy, everything disamplifies. All the drama, the emotions, everything just starts grounding. And we are left with more clarity. But the thing is, there's a lot of information circulating in the air right now. So be gentle with yourself. If you don't have clarity, it's okay. Try to cultivate that inner space of freedom for yourself. Reserve a moment in your day where you sit down, where you connect with nature, where you connect with your body, with your sensations, where you actually feel what is the truth in your heart, what is the truth in your womb. If you had to take a step back from everything that is being shared in the medias, on the planet, everywhere, what would you know? What does your body tell you? If you were to create a space in your body that the fears that are vibrating inside could dissolve a little bit, what would you be left with as answers? I'm sharing with you the process that I put my body into. To reduce the stress that gets accumulated in the tissues, in the physical tissues of the body. Information creates, depending on the vibration of the information that we accept to take inside our body, it creates stress. And this fear gets accumulated in those cells. And the more that this fear is accumulated in the cells, the more that our energy, our life force, is kind of confused with that fear. But behind the fear, there's vitality, there's a lot of love, and this is where clarity stems from. This is where we can access this clarity. Now, there's no perfectionism. You know, we are all human. We are all going through different experiences now on the planet. And I'm personally really studying more. I'm really using this as, again, a big experience, a human experience that we are all going through, and how does the body behave, and what is freedom in circumstances where we don't really have the choice, or we always have the choice, but what choices do we have, and how strong do we stand in our ground and in our core values and in the voice, not to share or to provoke or to create conflict, but know this deep knowing that we have in our wombs. And that's the most important, to be honest with yourself and to stay authentic with what is the truth inside of you. It doesn't matter what the neighbor says. It doesn't matter what the media says. It doesn't matter what the government says. But you have your own experience. You have your own knowing about everything. And where I invite everybody is to really tap into those answers inside. What is authentic for you? Not adopting one way of thinking or another way of thinking, or a dogma, or any system that is fear-based, but really tapping into the love that you have inside yourselves, that you are born with, and that holds all the keys and all the answers for your freedom. And freedom has been a subject that has propelled my life since I'm born. I've always felt called by seeking this freedom, and ultimately freedom is found within. I shared a post this week on the group, and space created inside will gives you, and maybe some of you do this already, but gives you access to a different vibration that will help you create something different in your life, in the circumstance. Even if you stay in the same circumstances that you are in, it creates more spaciousness in your relationships. It creates more spaciousness in your decisions, in how you work, how you are with clients, if you're here and you have clients. So that's my invitation for you today, is to tap back into the freedom that you have inside, to be gentle with yourself. There's enough pressure and stress on the planet right now to put extra pressure on yourselves. Know that a lot of the stress that you can feel is created by the mind. It's created by the fears that the mind thinks are real, but ultimately they're not really real. They are projections on the future or things coming from the past. But if you tap deeper, if you really take that space and tap deeper inside yourselves, you will see that there is a lot of freedom inside. That your attention doesn't need to go on frequencies or on speeches that are not of service to your knowing, the knowing that I was just sharing at the beginning of this video. When you feel something is authentic for you, stay with that. Stay with that. It belongs to you. It doesn't belong to anybody else. You don't need to impose anything on anybody else, but you know. You want to bring that consciousness for your life, and that's how you create your freedom. That's how you create your life. That's how you start manifesting based on the vibration and the frequency you were born with, and not the vibrations and the frequencies that sometimes we are bathed in, especially nowadays with everything that's happening around the world, around health, around freedom, around everything that's being shared in the medias. Where are you putting your attention? Where are you choosing to put your attention? And I hope this video is taken from a neutral space. Really, this is not about creating any polarized side of pro or cons. Really, I'm coming from this centered place, grounded space of neutrality, where your choice, our choices are our choices, but are we standing on our choices? Are we standing on our authentic choices, the ones that are deep knowing in our hearts, in our wombs, tell us? And then you find freedom. Then you don't wobble. Then your attention does not doubt. It doesn't go left and right on a stressed body. It's grounded. It just knows. And then yes, there are some circumstances that we don't really have power or control, because what can we do at this point, you know? But at least you have this inner peace, and you start withdrawing from what I love calling this movie, especially now, this movie that we are in, and you contemplate it. You look at it from the lens of consciousness. You start seeing what is in play. No analysis. It's just you're contemplating. I hope you feel the space that I'm coming from. Like I said, Canada is really adopting new ways of doing things, and that's what Canada is about right now. But we have the choice to stay tapped into this inner truth, and to stay quiet, and to stay in peace, and keep our attention, which is our currency. Our attention is our life force. It's our currency. And if we want health, it's our duty to keep that currency, that attention in, and to nourish ourselves with that attention. Not put our attention on frequencies that are going to make us wobble and make us doubt of what is that truth inside of ourselves. I would love to read your comments. I see 2 people are watching right now. Feel free to comment. I will see them live, or else if you're watching the replay, put your comments down. We are in a group called The Authentic Woman You Are, and I feel very safe to just speak like this. And I want to hear you out on what you're going through. I want to hear you out on, are you taking care of your bodies? Are you taking care of that inner life force and vitality that you're born with? Are you putting your attention on that longing, that prayer that you're craving, that you're longing for, on that freedom that you've always wanted, and you know that it's possible, but you haven't necessarily acted upon it, or you are in situations in life where you cannot take those actions right now, and it's okay, but that prayer is important. It holds your power. It holds your purpose. It holds why you're born. And this is not a dogma. You don't need to believe me. I'm asking you to be an experimenter of your own life. I'm asking you to choose based on what you know, and to take your courage. Take your courage, the courage that you have, that roar in your heart, take it. And allow it to propel your actions. Take one step at a time and create the change that you want to see in the world. But that seems like a cliche sentence, but take that step that will create the change for your life, for the ones that you love around you. Take your frequency into consideration. Where are you putting your attention on? Are you cultivating that vibration inside? And see, be a student. See what impact it has on your relationships and your life. What impact does it have on your sense of freedom? Even if you need a vax passport at this point in your country. What are you choosing for your life and for yourself? So I'm very touched by this subject right now. It really touches the core of why I'm doing everything like this and online. It touches the core of the value of freedom, of sovereignty. It touches the core of power. Where is our seat of power? Where is our seat of truth? Where is our seat of knowing? This is the why of why I show up live. This is why I wake up in the morning. Because life force for me is the most important thing every human should have access to. Their original connection to the source and to their life force. You all have it. You all have it. It's a matter of choosing it. And then a part of you doesn't shake. Yes, everything can happen around, but a part of you stays stable. And do you want that? Do you want to reclaim that? And this is what this group is about. This is what everything that's offered through this group is about. This is what all the services that come through me are about. This is not a sales pitch at all. This comes from my heart. And if you need guidance, then reach out. Then reach out. And there are ways to tap into this inner freedom and to start creating the life that you long for, not from a place of conflict or of war or of opinion or of segregation or of polarization. No, from a place of divine neutrality, from a place of peace, from a place of inner joy, inner love, and then it nourishes all your relations. All right, I could speak a lot longer on that subject, but hope that the vibration that I'm bringing through those words that are communicated through my mouth right now is activating something in your bodies. I hope it inspires you to take those actions in your lives and to start watching this movie in which we are all in now, and that it's so obvious, you know, this movie. So I would love to hear you to read your sharings, post on the group, and let's take it from there. I thought I was going to speak about the book that I'm part of. I'm part of a multi-author book called Collaboration, Visionaries Share a New Way of Living. I thought I was going to do a live on this, but my heart wanted to speak something different, so I'll jump in another time and share about it. But ultimately, it's a beautiful book with 16 co-authors. We're all in there in different chapters, collaboration with self, with business, with the divine, different themes on collaboration, where we're bringing new ways of operating in life through the lens of collaboration. And I'll share more about what my chapter is about, but it's in the lines of what you know about me and about what we offer through the embodiment and the answers that we can find inside, and how it's important and the best service that we can offer to others to tap into that truth inside our own selves. So that's what my chapter is about, but you'll hear about it in the group. If you're following us on this group, we'll have a few interviews in there. But I wanted to let you know that the book is coming out on September 24. And everybody who wants to support this launch, it's going to be at $1. All the funds are going to be distributed to a beautiful organization to help Aboriginal women here in Montreal. And yes, so your support is always welcome, but you'll hear about it. I'll send the link when time comes. So on this note, have a beautiful day, and sending you many, many blessings and much love to everybody, and feel free to reach out if you need that support. Okay? All right. Bye-bye.